beautiful dreamer. Wake up to me. Starlight and dewdrops are awaiting me. Welcome weary travelers to the super happy first ever frosty party with Kiki and Bones. Enjoy my tea-loving darlings.
Evening, Kiki.
Hi.
Ah, yes. What a long day. Let's turn that down a little farther. There we go. Perfect.
Yay!
I spent the first 3 or 4 hours of my day fixing a flat tire on my dad's car, and I proceeded to go to work the rest of the day. It's been a long day, and I have coffee, and I'm okay with that. Not good coffee,
Aw.
but decent coffee. I haven't found an artificial sweetener that. Well, I should preface this with my family's on like an entire household diet, so it's very hard to find quote unquote white sugar laying around the house that I can add to my coffee. Because I generally like white sugar more than I like artificial sweetener. But since everybody's on a diet, we have artificial sweetener, but it's not very good. It takes a lot to get my coffee sweet. Probably more than I should be ingesting, kind of thing.
You poor thing. Real sugar.
I've lost 10 pounds in 3 weeks, so I'm okay. Actually, I think it's closer to 8, but give or take, 2.5 pounds a week, I'm okay with that.
Woohoo!
So yeah,
Yeah.
I wish I had something interesting to talk about, but that's pretty much been my day.
um, I did laundry. That was so exciting.
I'd like to add that I like your title card for last week. That's very sex ed. It'd be hilarious to actually see us in all those crazy outfits that you've come up with.
Dude,
I'd actually.
I said, dude, yes.
I'd kill for that. What do they call that? The giant mascot outfit, whatever that we had that one week.
The speedy pajama onesie.
Oh yeah, that was hilarious. That'd be great, like midwinter when it's like 20 below here.
Yeah, it would.
I should probably be drinking my coffee more slowly, but it's just so good. It's so good. So I got a bunch of anime incoming, and I'm watching more. So pretty soon I should actually have something to talk about. I still haven't ordered the last part of Madoka, but I am gonna order it. I just have to get through the current set of orders before I make another giant order. I had kind of forgotten about it. And honestly, I think you had too, so I wasn't particularly worried about getting the last part in. And what?
Just it'll happen when it happens.
Mostly, I would have been more interested in doing it quickly had we actually gotten a release of the movie in Minneapolis, St. Paul. But for whatever reason, I guess Aniplex is stupid and didn't think it would sell here, or one of our whatever theater that normally gets it decided not to do it, which made me a little upset because, as far as niche art house films, whatever you want to call it, go, we're usually a pretty big city for that, and we didn't get it. Like Houston got it, San Francisco got it, I think New York got it, but we didn't. And that kind of upset me because I would have gladly paid any price for tickets to the Madoka movie. So that's my gripe.
My gripe is that I don't want to go to San Francisco.
Well, that really does kind of suck for you.
Because it's not far away, but that is a drive that you really have to have a planned out day for that. You better be there for at least the entire fucking day, or else it's not worth it.
Gotcha. Because I remember I paid $20 for a ticket to. Did you ever watch Eureka 7?
Yeah.
You remember when the movie came out over here and they had actual like theater showings of it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I bought a ticket to that the one night it was out. It was like $22, but it was seriously like the best night of my life because I think I was the only person in the entire theater. I think there were like three other kids that snuck in like I'd say 10 minutes into the movie, but they just like, basically two of them were a couple and the last one was like their buddy. And so he sat by me and the couple sat in the back and basically, made out and shit. And they were quiet, so I was just like, whatever. It was awesome. That was years ago, but that's about the last anime movie I saw in theaters that wasn't Miyazaki. Oh, I do have a really stupid American gripe. One of my friends. All right. Once again, preface something. My general user icon for like when you have to pick an icon for something is generally either Domo-kun or the Laughing Man symbol from Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex. So my friend started watching the first season of Standalone Complex, and he really likes it except for one thing. He doesn't understand why the Tachikomas have little girl voices. He goes, I don't understand why you would build a robot and put an AI in it and the AI would talk like a little girl. I'm like, because it's Japan.
Yeah.
He's like, but it's a fighting robot. I'm like, yes it is.
And it's cute and adorable. And it's going to kill you.
I don't understand what the problem is. He's like, well, I don't get why you'd give a tank a little girl's, like the mentality of a little girl. I'm like, they don't have the mentality of a little girl. They're supposed to sound like cute Japanese girls, not little girls, girls. I don't get what you're trying to say, Bones. I'm like, all right, let me put this into words you can understand. When the Japanese make an anime, they're generally selling to a specific large crowd. What in this country we like to call the 18 to 25, male 18 to 25 group. And specifically in Japan, cute girls sell, even if they're just voices coming out of a blue robot.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is, even though they're spider tanks, they have Japanese, female Japanese, like, girl voices coming out of them. I'm like, yes. He's like, I don't get it. I don't understand how that works. I'm like, I got nothing, man. It never bothered me. But I mean, I read the original manga from like the mid '80s, and they still had, girl voices.
Because you know what? Why not?
But it's really taking him out of the show. He's like, I don't understand why like a super serious political law drama has that kind of thing. I'm like, okay, even Gundam, which is basically a gigantic treatise on war, had Haro, who was the cute nondescript robot sidekick that didn't really serve a purpose. He was just there. And that's basically where the conversation trailed off. But that was kind of my thing. Like, some of my friends are starting to get into anime, I guess, and they're a little weirded out by everything. And I'm like, it's really not that weird if you can keep the cultural context, within sight.
It was never really something I thought about. It was just, they're robots and they have voices.
Well, he's more from the school of post '80s American sci-fi. So robots are kind of like dead eyes killing machines, like Terminator style.
Well, if the Terminator came up to me and started talking adorably cute, I'd probably still be fucking afraid of it.
Oh yeah, the
Actually,
Tachikomas
probably more so.
Yeah.
That would be so creepy.
As far as I understand it, the Tachikomas are supposed to be disarming.
Yes.
They're not supposed to be scary. They're supposed to be...
House of the Root World. Heard in the day. Led by the moonlight. Have all passed away.
Because they're not... Well, I'm not sure if you understood that although Section 9 is paramilitary, they are a police agency, and thus, like I was like, the idea behind the Tachikomas is they're supposed to be able to deal with people and not immediately make them scream and run away in fear. And I'm like, what's more disarming than this giant blue tank rides up to you and starts talking to you in a cute little girl's voice, and you're just like, oh, okay. Knowing what I know about the entire series, and knowing what they end up becoming, or what, where they go with it, I told him, I said, you need to either get over it or you need to stop watching, because they're going to become a bigger and bigger part of the plot. He's like, oh God. I'm like, yeah, I know. Your experience is the first half of Cowboy Bebop and Miyazaki movies, so you've never plumbed the depths of Japanese culture. Because it's not directly Japanese culture, but it plays off of Japanese cultural norms in a very nondescript, non-linear way. I didn't know how to explain to him that cutesy stuff is, even in serious dramas, is not out of the question in Japanese entertainment. Other than that, I'm watching the last half of season 1 of K-On! Finally.
The lady friend and I just finished watching all of that.
Good job. I haven't been in a real hurry. That's been one of the things I've been watching, like, in my spare time at school, so I haven't gotten very far because I haven't had a lot of spare time the last week, but it's good. I like Azusa. She's interesting.
Asusa is so adorable.
I like the part where Yui is offering her cake. That really made me laugh.
She keeps pulling it away and she gets sad face, puts it close.
And she glows, yeah.
But around the end of the series, the lady friend was crying because she realized there weren't any more episodes.
Oh no.
Not like balls to the wall crying, but crying like, oh my god, it's all over.
Yep. Well, it's a good show. I mean, it has meaning. It's not just fluff.
Mm-hmm. You get kind of attached to the girls, and then, then there's nothing.
Well, it's like one of my buddies really liked Lucky Star a lot. He was really sad when he realized it was only 26 episodes. I'm like, well, there's only so much you can do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I did.
Go ahead.
I genuinely enjoyed Lucky Star a lot. If they did a Blu-ray release, I would probably pick it up. It's one of the few things I would rebuy on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
The thing No, please go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, unlike us, the Japanese tend to know when a show should end. There are exceptions to that, obviously, but...
Well, I think the thing is, like, with American TV, we don't really know, like, when people start writing you write a pilot that gets seen, and then if it gets picked up, you don't really know where you're going. You don't have the entire season scripted out.
Mm-hmm. That
Where
time
Japanese
flows less consistently. So
what now?
Time also flows less consistently.
In American television?
Yeah, it's let's go ahead and make this one a birthday episode. Why not?
Gotcha.
Even though they're still the same age and they've already had a birthday like 5 times.
Yep. The other one I enjoy is like something big happens, but the next episode the status quo is repaired.
Mm-hmm.
Um, what I have been watching the last couple days is this series I picked up around midsummer that I'm finally starting to get to the stuff in my pile from like July that I picked up. And so I picked up this series called Nanaka 6/17,
Yeah.
and it's pretty funny.
That's the one where she thinks she's younger than she actually is.
Yeah,
Because
the
she got
first
some sort of head trauma.
yeah, the first episode, her and her childhood friend, who's like what's the word I'm looking for? He's like a punk high school kid. I can't think of they have a name for it. He's like a delinquent, but that's not the right word.
Is he the rebel?
He's kind of like have you ever seen like Yu Yu Hakusho? He's like what like Kuwabara and Yusuke Urameshi are like they're like those like the like a high school like equivalent of like an American greaser from the 1950s kind of thing.
Yeah.
I can't think of what they call. They're not like gang members, but they're like thugs or punks or something. And it's this big thing about she's like super serious about studying, and he's like really immature, and he basically get this big argument. He tells her, "I never want to see you again. I hope you keel over dead." And he looks away, and when he looks back, she's fallen down like a set of stairs nearby. Like they're at like at a point where they're gonna split. And he's gonna go to his house, she's gonna go to hers, and she falls down the stairs leading to like her neighborhood. And then she wakes up and she's regressed to like 6 years of age, and it's him learning to deal with the trying to protect her from anyone. They don't tell anyone that this has happened, so everyone just thinks she's going through some weird phase. But I got to the part of the series like halfway through where um, she starts coming out of it, and eventually, like her correct age, I guess, persona comes back, and there's this big thing about he's talking to uh, one of the other main female characters who they make friends with, who ends up helping him deal with Nanaka, feeling, thinking she's 6 years old. And they're talking about her, and he says, honestly, I like her better as a 6-year-old than I do as a 17. She's kind of cruel and cold, and I don't like her as much. I've never realized how much she's changed since we were kids. And and then they get this big heartfelt thing, him and Nanaka, about you know she did this because of what he said when her mother died at 6 years of age. And I was just kind of like, this is all very melodramatic for no reason.
Oh my sweet. Wow. You know those brainwave cat ears?
Yeah, my friend ordered a pair of those and the new tails.
I was about to talk about the tail. That is adorable. I want a set.
You would. Before we know it, you'll have a set of animatronic bunny ears as well.
Dude, I so would.
I loved the bunny ears in the title image. That was so awesome.
I sadly don't own any animal ear things.
See, I can totally imagine you with like the Haruhi Suzumiya style ears that like come up and then bend forward.
I normally draw them like that, but I'm like, eh. Because, you gotta have the little bend.
I love the one. I love like when you see people who are cosplaying as that and they actually have the ears that like bend forward. Cracks me up. I just like me in like professor attire. I've got the tie clip and everything. My God.
We originally had doctor's jackets, but it didn't look cute. It suddenly became stuffy. So I took them off.
Yeah. The really sad part is, other than the tie, what you have me wearing is basically what I look like at school. The tie only shows up for like big presentations and stuff. Otherwise, it's always a dress shirt, slacks, and the hat. Well, not right now. Well, I'm getting to the point now where the hat's going to come back out because it's getting cold enough, but I normally only wear the hat when it gets below a certain temperature.
Beautiful dreamer. Queen of my song. Listen. While I woo thee. With soft melody.
I'm trying to think of what else I've been watching. I finally finished the first half of Magical Project S. That was fairly interesting. I want to order part 2, but it's not a priority at the moment.
It's going to be another Lupin movie. Yay!
Oh yeah, I had one of the other Lupin movies too that I watched over the weekend. Um, it's the Lupin and the Twilight Gemini. It's the one where it starts out with him getting half of a diamond from like the biggest like crime boss in France, who was like his mentor slash adversary when he first started out, and then he goes to Morocco and gets into all kind of hijinks that ends up with them finding this mass cache of diamonds that were like, you know, like a cultural treasure of one of the tribes that was wiped out during like the last big like tribal war, I guess.
Cool.
It was a pretty cool show. I've never gotten used to like every movie's got a different set of voices though. Like I like the voices I remember, the English voices I remember are the ones from the TV show, and like no no production uses the same voices, and so that's always kind of blown my mind. Seems like I watched something else this week, but I can't think of it now. I'm sure like later on I'll remember, and then I'll feel very silly.
I don't remember you talking about anything, so
I haven't been online very often this week. It was kind of a crazy week. I mean, I've got a lot of stuff to watch. I just can't get through it fast enough. I did order I ordered the order I'm waiting on for tomorrow has got the first half of Steins Gate, and I ordered I the one thing I missed from the summer releases with Funimation, I ordered all of Shangri-La.
oh good.
That's coming in the shipment tomorrow. There's a Funimation sale going on at rightstuff.com right now, so I did that, and then I'm gonna try to set up like all the Funimation orders through like December through them and take the discount on everything, and then just set it up where like I'll get a shipment every 2 weeks. Because like they're doing like 30% off the normal price, and then like an additional like 10% with my like anime insiders discount. So I'm getting like each release for like 35 instead of like 55.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's like my plan for I think Sunday. I'm gonna try to get all the orders through December set up. I need to order. I need to order part 2 of Strike Witches comes out on Tuesday. I want to make sure to get that.
Yes, it's very important you get that.
Well, I mean, you know what? If I'm going to be called a pervert, I might as well watch some perverted stuff. I mean, I wouldn't really consider that perverted, but you know, everyone else will.
Oh, such a sad thing. You have linked me to internet.
What? What happened?
The Sailor Scout uniform for your dog.
Woot woot.
Because, yeah, that's what my dog needs to look like. Oh, there's even clips to put on their ears.
Or dogs.
That is horrific. I do
I thought
not. I do not enjoy people who dress up their dogs.
the worst we do to our dog is that we've got him a couple sweaters to wear during the cold weather.
Sweaters are fine. Some dogs live in places they're not really meant for.
And when I say sweaters, I don't mean like cute human sweaters.
No,
I mean,
like something that will just keep him fucking warm.
yeah, it's got like it's got like a spot for the front legs, and then it's just basically like it's open in the back. Well, he's cold because if he gets a haircut after like September and then until like April, he's cold all the time until his fur grows out, fur, whatever. So we just basically, you know, like after about the 15th, we just put the sweater on and left it on for him. He's happy. I mean, it's not like we're doing it against his will. He likes it because he gets cold otherwise. That's just hilarious. One of my ex-girlfriends is really into cosplays. Every time somebody brings up like Sailor Moon, I always think of like her talking about her cosplay plans all the time. I never got into that, surprisingly. That's one of like 2 or 3 things that's big in anime fandom that I never really got into. I don't know if that's because I'm a guy or I'm boring, but I never did it for me.
I don't really go anywhere with that where that would be, the thing to do because I don't go to conventions or anything. So.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't really like conventions, unfortunately.
I certainly like wearing costumes and whatnot, but
I also think that the cosplay thing is more of a. It seems like it's more of a female thing. Like there are male cosplayers. I'm not saying there's not. There's tons, but like, I like. I mean, to be fair, that kind of goes with my personality because I've never been a big fan of like Halloween. Like I just want to get.
How dare you?
I like candy. I like hanging out with people, but I just don't like costumes. I'm like, they're like, what are you? I'm like homicidal maniac. They look like everyone else. I don't know. There's so much stuff I've got in my pile that I want to watch. Like honestly, like I'm ordering like unfortunately like per paycheck I've been ordering like a couple $100 worth of stuff, but it's all stuff I really want to watch. Like I'm not just my parents are like, you know, you can wait to order stuff until, you actually have time to watch it. I'm like, but sales. I'm getting deals on everything. And it's all stuff I actually genuinely want to watch. Like Shangri-La, mostly due to the fact that it's made by the same animation studio and people that made Last Exile, really makes me want to watch it. Steins Gate, from the couple like previews I saw, looks really good. And I've got stuff from the summer that I just really want to watch, like Okami-san and her seven faithful servants or whatever. Not to mention season 2 of Spice and Wolf.
Yeah.
I just like Holo. I don't know what it is. I like the American voice actress. I like the character. I like the male character. I can't think of his name right now. But I genuinely like that show on season 1. I mean, before I watch season 2, I'm gonna have to rewatch season 1 just so I can remember what the heck was happening. But good times. Plus, I have the entirety of Inuyasha now.
Oh god, that's right.
What? You made this kind of painful sound to that, like that's something I'm planning to watch like during like heavy duty studying time because I don't particularly care if I'm paying attention or not. I just kind of want to watch it because everyone I know goes on and on and on about it, and I was like, well, it was $70 for the entire thing, and you know it kind of screwed me up because I ordered it like a month and a half ago, and then it randomly showed up 2 weeks ago, and I'm like, oh, hi guy, crap. But whatever.
I should probably figure out what I'm doing. Costume-wise, that is, for Halloween.
Nothing. You're doing nothing, and you're liking it.
That doesn't sound very geeky-like.
Well, it's not geeky-like. I'm talking from my own perspective.
Well, I know I'm handing out candy, but...
I'm most likely working, so I'm not doing anything. I'm gonna be sitting at work.
It's on a Wednesday, right?
I work evenings.
Yeah, it's on a Wednesday. I won't have class that day. I will have class the next day, so there will be no getting drunk, so...
Everybody will be dressing up by me but me at school because I'll have lab and I won't be able to Well, I'm not into that anyway, but I wouldn't be able to even if I wanted to, because with lab you have to be wearing certain clothing.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll still have people who are doing it, but I won't be. I might get drunk. That might be fun. No, probably not. I have to go to school again in the morning. I just can't believe you did the deep purple condom on the banana.
Why not? I did that because that's what I remember most from health class was the purple condom on the banana.
They aren't kidding, man. Those things are hard to get on. Just as an aside, I remember laughing when the teacher was fumbling around trying to get it on, and then like, you know, as an adult, when it came time to use it, I'm just like, God damn it, this is really hard.
Well, sometimes it just does not want to roll.
Exactly. Somebody give me a can of WD-40.
Oh, well, it's not something I really worry about these days.
No, I'm sure it's not a problem.
Well, we're not using condoms anymore, so.
Oh,
Remember, me getting pregnant's not an issue?
oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That must be nice in some ways.
Well, the fact that we can go right to sex without that pause. Where are they? Hang on, let me open it. Hold still.
That's why before you start, you always make sure your heart is a rock.
Yep.
I actually would have preferred to have tea tonight, but I don't have any tea from like this decade, so I need to go out to the store and get more. I meant to do it like weeks ago, but I've been ridiculously busy with work and school. I have not had time to like go do any shopping for at least 2 weeks.
I almost thought we were out of tea yesterday.
The tea I have is like really nice, like premium tea, but it's from like 2009, so I kind of need fresh stuff.
Well, the only other tea we have is stuff that I refuse to call tea.
Like herbal or something?
No, it's really, really cheap. It is like the ashes of tea.
Okay.
And I will not drink it because it is like drinking a cup of ash.
We have newer tea, but it's just like the generic like Lipton. It's not like anything
Lipton
what I
is
would.
not bad. Lipton is what I'm drinking right now.
No, it's not. But I prefer. I have like the stuff that's like I have like red tea with strawberry. That's like really good.
I don't like hot, fruity tea.
It's not really fruity. It's just got kind of a sweet aftertaste.
My preferred brand is Bigelow, but I can't always afford that, so.
Mm. I think mine was some sort of premium Lipton brand because I wasn't buying like the loose leaf. I was just buying like the really like the triangular, I like to call the pyramidal tea bags instead of the flat ones, so you get like a
Yeah.
better tea. I generally like tea. I just don't drink it enough unless it's like hot beverages for me. Tea, coffee. It has to be like fall, winter, early spring. 'Cause once it's finally like above freezing on a regular basis all the time, I just don't feel a need to drink hot beverages.
I drink hot tea year round, but yeah, things like cocoa and hot cider are really more of a fall, winter thing.
And I generally like love coffee, but if it's like above 65 degrees wherever I am, I'm drinking it. It's just I can't do it. I can't do it, Captain.
If I'm gonna drink coffee, it's going to be like super fancy ass with shit in it.
Oh
Cold,
yeah.
cold coffee.
Well, yeah, that I can do, but that's expensive.
I know, I don't do it often, but that's mostly because warm coffee tends to make me sleepy.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't tend to drink it.
This is the end of part 1. You were just listening to the Super Happy Fun Gamatron Tea Party with Kiki and Rose. Oh, yeah. Beautiful dreamer. Awaken to me. beautiful dreamer. Awaken to me. Lullaby. Lullaby. Do not make a peep. Softly in the cradle lie. Sleep. Oh sleep. Softly in the cradle lie. Sleep. My darling. Continuing now with part 2. Welcome, Internet people, to the super happy fun Gabatron tea party with Kiki and Bones.
I really kind of ticked though. One of the things I ordered this week, I got 2 things I ordered in last week that came in midweek this week. One is this series called Fafner, I
After,
want to
yes.
say, and I got it in and they sent it in like a padded manila envelope, but the freaking box got all chewed up at the mail. Super ticked off because it didn't come up until it got to my post office. It was coming via DHL, and it got chewed up in their system because I called the post office and I'm like, what the heck? Because I paid for the good shipping.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the heck? I showed them, like, I brought it down and showed it to the person in charge of our post office. And she's like, that was not us. She's like, that was the courier. I'm like, good Lord, this got chewed up. She's like, yeah, that happens. I'm like, and I contacted the seller from Amazon Marketplace and he was just like, oh, yeah, that'll happen. I'm like, fair enough. Like, it's not terrible, but like the edges got all like chewed up. I'm just like, I bought this brand new, so I really would have liked it to come, in good
Nice.
condition. I also now have my Atome. I think I talked to you about that last week, but that's here now too, sitting in a box by my feet. It's the spiritual successor to My Hime,
Yeah.
which I already own.
Oh, crap.
What?
I should have used the bigger teapot. Because we have a tiny teapot, sort of a medium, but still kind of tiny teapot, and then a normal teapot, and then of course the kettle.
Yeah.
So I made the medium one thinking I wasn't going to go through it fast, because when I'm doing something, if I make the big one, I'm probably going to not actually drink all of the tea, but I just drank the last cup of it.
Gotcha.
And I didn't start drinking it until I started talking to you.
Ah.
I blew through that fast.
I could definitely relate to you on that. I was trying not to drink my cup of coffee that fast. I only made a single cup since it's, you know, 12, almost 1 a.m. And I was like, I don't want to be up super, super late since I have to work again tomorrow on some stuff. Ugh, ugh.
Poor Bones.
Yep.
Well, I should probably clean the bedroom, put the clothes away, but that's not like an equivalent to the kind of work you're doing, so.
Yeah, it's a lot of just dumb shit for me. So much fun crap to do, but so much other not dumb crap to do. What really screwed up my day is I was going to work on my homework for the weekend this morning, but then my dad's car, like the rear passenger side tire, like separated from the rim, so we had to like get a jack underneath, um, like the rear axle in order to get the rim off without like tearing stuff up. And I'm just like, oh god.
I saw some commercials for the new Ninja Turtle series. Looks okay.
Well, that's cool.
Apparently they don't say cowabunga anymore, but I don't know what kid would know what the hell cowabunga is anyway, so. That's really only ruining my childhood, not theirs. What the hell do they say now?
I have no idea.
I don't many tabs have I opened since then?
Many tabs, countless numbers.
Probably. What? Ooh, pardon.
Was that you?
Yeah, that was me.
Did you just hiccup?
It was a hiccup burp.
Okay. You sound like a dog. Like, yep. I'm like, whoa, what the heck? So,
I'm not a dog.
so I found possibly my favorite Reddit subreddit ever the other day. Slash r slash bulldogs. It's nothing but a Reddit, a subreddit for pictures of people's bulldogs. It's seriously the greatest thing ever. When I'm sad, I just go to it and I look at pictures of bulldogs and I feel better. Because, anything with a face, anything with a butt face just, makes me feel better about myself. This is my dog. His name is Boat.
Booyakasha.
What now?
Booyakasha is apparently what they say now instead of cowabunga.
Okay, then.
Hey, as long as they still love pizza, I don't care. No computer, Firefox is not still running. I closed it. You close it when I say it's closed. Apparently the 25th anniversary of Next Gen for Star Trek.
That's right. I remember seeing somebody saying something about that. Oh yeah, before I forget, No X Arc is the greatest IRC user I've ever had the pleasure to know. Midweek I was trying to figure out how to fix my rare box set with the broken hinge. And I was talking.
You guys told me about that.
Yeah. I made a point, I made a mental note to bring it up during the next podcast because
Why? So he can hear that you said it?
Because I appreciate it.
Well, he is pretty cool. For the longest time, though, he kept accidentally hurting himself.
Doing what?
Like, he broke his arm, like, on a punching machine or something like that, on one of those test your strength things.
Oh my god.
And there were a couple other things that I don't quite remember because it was a while ago. And then he kept having stories about his supposed nemesis was just some slightly off guy who wouldn't leave him alone.
That's too bad.
I wish he would come on here and tell stories, but he says his English isn't actually all that great, so that's what he gets for being Swedish.
I guess.
Yeah, you hear that, Noah? Dissing you. Not really.
Kiki's taking it to the court, yo.
We're so interesting right now.
I'm sorry, I can't think of anything else to talk about.
I still don't care that the iPhone 5 is out.
Yeah, it's okay. I've seen a couple floating around, coworkers, that kind of thing. It's all right. It's a slightly bigger iPhone. I'm sure it's faster and it's got some new magic, whatever. But pretty much it seems to be just it's just a bigger iPhone.
Because this is the internet. Here's a GIF explaining my feelings on the subject.
Oh boy. Let's take a look. I can't tell if she's excited or annoyed.
She's annoyed.
Fair enough.
Oh, 4chan, stop telling me things. Just let me see the stuff. Damn it, internet, why do you have to make me hungry?
What are they showing you that's making you hungry?
Well, I was in the mecha section, and this clearly has nothing to do with mecha, but it's 4chan, whatever. It's just a cat with a pizza, but I really want pizza now. His pizza is awesome. And there's a pizza place that does hot and ready's cheaper than Little Caesars, and they're actually really good.
Wow, who's that?
It's called Master Pizzas.
Good name. Good name.
I've always wanted an anatomical image of Godzilla. Thank you, 4chan.
Sleep. Lullaby. Lullaby. Do not wake. Asleep. Softly in the cradle lie. Sleep. Oh sleep. Softly in the cradle lie. Sleep.
4chan is your friend, not your foe.
As long as you're not a dick, it is.
Exactly.
And come on, they got a campaign together to send some guys some birthday gifts and phone calls and stuff. 4chan does good most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Ignoring those, threads that end up with nothing but nigger and rude images.
Well, they're what's the word I want to use? They're a hard-boiled detective with a heart of gold.
So they're both the detective and the hooker?
Sure.
Of course, what's on top of 4chan right now is this. Wait, where'd your window go? There it is.
Nice.
Ah, damn it. There's always, eventually, I will end up on an image of a giant ass spider. Ah!
Spider of your nightmares.
I actually had that nightmare recently. It was so bad that I didn't quite actually wake up from it and thought it was happening in real life.
That's always fun.
And essentially jumped out of the bed. Ooh, okay. Something to talk about. I haven't really watched anything new myself. I was watching old stuff with people who hadn't seen them yet.
Well, that's good too. What old stuff are you watching? Maybe we can talk about that. It's something I've seen at least.
Well, we finished K-On!
Good stuff.
Rewatched FLCL too.
FLCL is classic stuff. Every time my friends ask me, like, what anime should I watch? I'm always like, I have no clue. I just don't like suggesting stuff. I'm just like, we should just take a look around and see if there's something that appeals to you.
A lot of American shows came back and slash new seasons or new series started, so watching those.
Interesting.
Yes, so interesting.
So that's pretty much it for old stuff you guys have been watching.
Yeah, it hasn't been a very interesting week. Go to class, do homework, come home, watch American television, maybe a bit of Borderlands, go to sleep, da 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 da.
Good enough. Good enough. I'm sorry, I just don't really have anything to say. I'm so bad. What else can I talk about?
Killing thinks you should talk about work.
What now?
Look at the chat room. Oh, pardon.
No, I'm not going to talk about work. Go away. I talk about it enough with family and coworkers and friends. I try not to think about it when I'm not there. It's better that way.
Anything interesting in the environmental science area?
Oh, I am graduating this semester. I don't know if I brought that up. I, this this week I finally got it all worked out. So as long as I don't fail any of my classes, I graduate in December.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do with my life, but at least I'll be done. Everybody's all like, "You have a job lined up?" I'm like, "No. Like, can you even apply for a job in my field until you actually have the degree in hand?" Because I was under the impression you couldn't.
I have no idea.
And everybody I talked to is like, "Well, that's why that's why you get it lined up so that as soon as you have your degree, you know, you can go right into the job." And I'm like, "Oh, okay."
I don't think they know how real life works. I know for some people that happens, but those are normally like people who had an internship at some place.
Yeah.
And
Well, and I tried for the internships, I just never got them, which is whatever.
why everything in prices are skyrocketing. His English is awesome.
I think what you're trying to say is why are all of the products prices going up? And that's usually tied to the cost of fuel.
Yeah.
I'm not even joking.
Well, that and the American farming system took a big hit from the weather, so food
Oh
prices
yeah, I didn't
go
think
up because
about
of that.
that.
Yeah. When corn goes up, we all get fucked. And not in the sexy way.
No, no.
Uh, can we? Can you tell me why so many farms still essentially do it the old-fashioned way in a giant open field, just waiting for weather to happen?
Because it's cheaper than building a giant greenhouse.
Ugh.
I don't know if anyone's ever explained it to you, but large scale greenhouses are very expensive to run.
I'm aware that they're probably costly, but wouldn't having better control over your crops be better?
Do you want to pay $20 a pound for your oranges? That's what I thought. Like, it's fine for small things like strawberries or, you know, things that grow in small plants, but like if you're growing anything like corn, you really need a lot of sunlight, you need a lot of rain, and it's just very hard to grow that kind of stuff on scale in greenhouses. Anything that grows on trees, yeah, kiss your butt goodbye. That has to grow outside. Everybody says, well, you can build a greenhouse that big. Yeah, you can. It's just that you'll be paying ridiculously high prices for your food for the next however many years. Maybe forever.
Endeavor, endeavor.
I guess sometime this fall, the actual first season of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic is coming out on DVD finally.
I had no idea that it wasn't already on DVD.
Yeah, it's not. They have like the first 4 episodes from season 1 and like the last 4 episodes from season 2, I think, on DVD, but not like the entirety of a season. I'm tempted to rebuy it, but I already have like the iTunes season passes for 1 and 2, so I'm kind of like, Earth.
Well, if I can watch it on Netflix, I normally just assume that it's out on DVD.
Mm-hmm. I did see. I saw the trailer for the last season of Inuyasha the other day. That looks fairly interesting. They appear to have actually been able to find most of the original voice actors and actresses, I should say.
Well, that's good.
Interestingly enough, I think the only two they weren't able to find were the guy that did the voice of Inuyasha's brother and the voice of Kagome, the main character. And I'm not sure what the story was with that, but that's what everyone was talking about. Like, as these companies pick up additional seasons of stuff, they can't find the voice actors that they had originally. I always wonder what happened to the woman that did. Have you ever seen the original Neon Genesis Evangelion, like
Yeah.
before the movies? What happened to Ritsuko Akagi's voice actress. She just like disappeared off the face of the earth.
I assume you mean the dubbed voice actress.
Yeah. Who else would I be talking about?
Yeah, exactly. Hmm. What was her name? Who was it again?
Sue Ulu in the English series.
Sue Ulu.
Oh, she's still around. She was active all the way through 2004, but apparently she. I would love to know the story about what happened, why they weren't able to get her back for um, the rebuild movies. Because I thought they got the lady that did Masato, they got her back.
That's kind of weird because by the looks of it, it's not because she was busy.
Interesting. The reason why the woman that did um, Masato hasn't been in stuff like a lot of stuff lately. She teaches fourth grade, but she was willing to reprise her role in the rebuild movies. I liked her a lot as a voice actress. The other one I miss is I would love to know what happened to like a lot of the voice actors and actresses from Tenchi Muyo. I mean, that's going way back, but like a lot of those people, like they're like completely gone off the face of the earth. Oh, interesting. Apparently, it sounds like some of the people. I gotta look a little farther here. I found a discussion about it from when they first announced the cast list. It looks like it might have been due to the fact that they were using people who were part of like the Screen Actors Guild, and Funimation doesn't use people from that. So that's why like some of the people weren't able to come back.
Because they're part of the Screen Actors Guild?
Yeah, because they don't play ball with that apparently.
Huh.
I'm reading through this. I'm waiting to see if I get a if I can get a figure out what the answer was. 'Cause it looks like they actually managed to get most of the cast. Just that like two or three characters got recast.
Oh, it's really not the end of the world, I guess. Does the new season of Inuyasha have an air date at all? Or is it still like pre-production?
I think it's already aired in Japan. I'll see if I can find the trailer. Hmm. Maybe I got it here. I cannot remember the life of me where. Oh, you know where I saw it? I saw it on Reddit. That's where I have to go. You may still find it before I do, but I'm gonna try to hunt it down for you.
What's the new season called?
I think the final act.
Oh, it's already on Hulu? Man, I'm behind.
Yeah, I think the Japanese version is already done. It's the Um,
Sorry.
I think Kiki's had it.
No, she
Going,
hasn't.
she's going down. Down goes Fueja. Down goes Fueja.
Uh,
Don't you growl at me.
Grr, grr,
Grr.
arg.
Gow. Gow. Oh god, that just reminded me of Air. I still need to get I still need to get Clanted. I still haven't watched that. There'll be time.
So it's already coming out on Blu-ray and DVD in November. Okay.
Yep.
I wonder if it'll show on Toonami.
I'm sure that's something they're gonna do with it. But can't be sure because I know Toonami really just doesn't do anime as much anymore.
No, Toonami is specifically for anime.
Oh, I'm sorry. I meant Adult Swim.
Yeah,
My brain went.
that's why they brought back Toonami, which some news articles said they added more hours to it, so it's longer now.
Well, maybe it's making coverage. I don't know. The big thing I heard was the reason why they were cutting more and more anime out of Adult Swim is that it just doesn't. In order for it to be profitable, it has to sell something, and they weren't selling anything with anime.
Mm-hmm.
Especially since the average user, you know, basically pirates all their anime.
Well, if I saw like things in the store, like the malls and whatnot, and didn't have to go to like some fucking specialty shop, that might change things.
Well, if you want to hear something really depressing from my perspective, there's no longer a brick and mortar store in my area selling new anime.
Mm. I mean, sure, I could probably go find anime to buy, but I mean, like the things that come with it, like things that normal TV shows over here would have, like a notebook with something on it, or
Ah, here
a
we go. Found
bag,
it.
or you know, things they get in their local stores that we just don't get over here unless we search for it.
Yep. Who would think it, Kiki? You know where I found it? On the official Viz channel on YouTube. My God, where else would it be, Derv? They're actually showing a preview of the dub clip because of this. Viz is starting something new called like Neon Alley. That's like their equivalent of like it's like the equivalent of like the Funimation channel or whatever. Because I seem to remember it being pretty good.
Oops, I have this on mute. Ah, that's loud.
People are complaining about seem to be complaining about the new voice actress for Kagome, but she doesn't seem that different to me.
If you hadn't have told me, I probably wouldn't have realized. But I'm not like a giant fan. I watched it when it was like on TV, and that was it.
Believe me, it's not nearly as jarring as watching like the original Tenchi Muyo and then watching like the new OVAs, and they have a different woman for Ryoko, and the woman they got to do her in the new OVAs is not even close to the old one. That was jarring. Whereas in like the Japanese dub, it's the same people because they don't seem to have the same kind of problems we have with getting old cast back together. I mean, for God's sakes, they got the original cast of Gunbuster back together like 20 years after they did it.
Well, I think it's also that they care more about their voice actors.
It's definitely a more profitable industry.
Yeah. We're over here. Most of the time, people don't even bother to remember their names.
Well, I remember the big voice actors, but like, and I kind of like with anime, I've watched enough that I genuinely recognize a lot of the major players. I mean, they've been getting like a lot of like fresh talent in, or new talent, new blood in. So it's been interesting because, like, if I remember correctly, almost the entirety of like Madoka is voiced by new talent, which was weird because there were no like people that was like, oh yeah, I know them from so and so anime. I'm like, these are all people I've never heard before.
Mm. Well, we also, take animated anything a little less seriously over here. So
The one thing I have loved about like a voice actor, at least one voice actor staying the same through every iteration of a show. I can't remember his name, but the gentleman that plays Bato in Ghost in the Shell has played the character in every dub cast they've done.
well, it can't be anyone else. He's Bato. What's
And I
his
feel bad because
name?
I cannot think of the actor's name, but he's seriously one of the coolest people I've ever met. Only because, like, he makes a point to try to play the character he plays in every like new season or movie. Like not just Bato, but any character he really likes, he tries to play that character repeatedly.
Uh,
I can't think of his name. You'll get it here in a second. I'm like derp.
Richard Epcar.
Thank you. Yep, that's it.
Although apparently he's also been played by David Kay.
Really? What? Oh no, it's in the OVAs of the TV series. That's right. Yeah, that was interesting. That was like Bandai being really cheap with the OVAs. No, that screwed me up because I own the special editions of the OVAs, and that's the one place the voice actors aren't the same throughout the TV series. Like if you buy the season sets or the movie, the standalone complex movie, it's the same voice actors. If you buy the OVAs, they've got like these cheapo voice actors, and the voice acting isn't nearly as good as it is in the TV series. I could not understand for the life of me why they didn't just pony up the money to dub them with the same voice actors.
This man is covered in noodles.
Who is what?
It's just a guy covered in noodles.
Was it Robin Williams and Patch Adams?
No. And fuck that movie.
Wow. Okay then. Like about your noodly appendages. Um. So Kiki, have you ever had something you were watching that's been hard for you to explain to other people? Like not plot wise, but like somebody walks in, they're like, "What the hell are you watching?" And you're like, yeah."
That's normally what my mother-in-law says whenever she walks in. And then I reply something Japanese, and she says, "Okay."
My pops has been like curious about stuff before, but he knows well enough to not ask too many questions because I've watched some pretty strange stuff. And I've really meant some of the stuff I've watched is like borderline like hard to even explain why I'm watching it.
Normally when I have to explain why, I just say "cause." Because I don't care if you want to know why. I'm watching it. Isn't that good enough?
Well, for me, it was like trying to explain why I was watching like Strike Witches, and like I heard it was kind of risque, and then I watched it and I'm just like it's not particularly risque. It's just that they're not wearing pants. They're
I,
wearing bloomers.
I will still give kudos for the anime of figuring out a way to have nothing but panty shots and make it make sense in context, because they clearly can't wear pants.
Yeah, they wear bloomers.
Yeah, it would always get destroyed whenever shit happens, so
It's not even that they're just wearing underwear. They're wearing like bloomers,
Yeah.
like shorts. And they even make note of that like the vast majority of like the squadron from all over the world, they don't there's a couple girls I think that wear just their underwear, but that's fairly rare. Like it's actually like the girl from Japan wears like a swimsuit underneath her uniform.
Which, makes sense.
Yeah. Like a lot of times, unless it's like actual pornography, like anytime like there's a big hubbub like about something that's getting released and it's like, oh, it's so risque, and I watch it and I'm like we watched like the first 6 episodes of Dance the Vampire Bun, and I'm like, this was like a big deal when it was coming over. They're like, oh my god, how the hell are we going to explain this? How is this not going to get tagged as child pornography? And I'm like, wow, that must be pretty bad. And I watched the first couple episodes and I'm like, okay, yeah, there is what I would call implied underage nudity, but it's not actually ever shown.
Really? That was the hubbub?
The main character, it's implied that she's naked in a couple scenes, but you never see her from like below the shoulders.
Oh no.
And I'm not like defending it. I'm just saying like, as far as I could tell, it like I never, like some animes, they're like full frontal nudity, bam. This did not happen in this anime.
Oh. What else?
I totally wish we could get Killing in on this. It'd be hilarious to hear his thoughts on stuff.
Some magical day.
I always imagine him sounding like Kirkit from Homestuck, or however the hell you say his name. Karkat.
I always said it kind of like carrot.
Was his name pronounced Carrot?
Well, isn't it like cockroach or something like that?
It's like K. Isn't it like Karkat? Karkat?
You know
Or is
what?
there an A?
I'm not sure now.
Because the one that I love, the one that had me rolling is, for some reason, when you meet his ancestor, or I guess you could say like they're like the other side, like their alternative versions of them. It's like the reborn ancestors, basically. That's what their game is now. Like, you have like the guardians that get reborn in the new universe that are like, it's the reborn guardians, and his ancestor absolutely made me roll because it felt like when him and I are talking in the chat room, except that I'm not nearly that wordy.
Carcat?
Works for me.
Is apparently a village in Bangladesh. Or not Bangladesh. Wow, why did I say Bangladesh? This so doesn't say Bangladesh.
Pakistan?
No.
India. I love how it seems like all of the post scratch trolls are like hipsters.
Yeah. And no, it's a village in Persia in the
That's ironic.
province. Yeah, province in a province that I'm going to mispronounce, so I'm not gonna bother to say it.
But that's what blew my mind when we got past the summer break. Like every time they would introduce more of the post scratch trolls, it was like, oh my god, they're all hipsters.
Holy crap! I missed updates.
Have you played through the second like wandering thing yet? So you've met Gamzee's opposite. Gamzee's and I think it's what is it, Nepeta's opposites are awesome. I was trying to figure out why I didn't catch that Nepeta's opposite had gone deaf, and when she talks in memes, I noticed her hands were moving. And I'm like, what the hell is she doing? And then when she goes to talk to the Gamzee descendant or ancestor, I realized I'm like, oh, they're talking in sign language. That's probably the most interesting use of like, and then like the backstory on why it's happening was just amazing. That he saw like the true nature of the universe and screamed in such a way that he caused her to go deaf. That's just like random.
Oh wow, we haven't seen those in a while.
I liked. I also liked. Is it Terezi? Or yeah, Terezi being all like, "My ancestor's so radical, I just can't compete."
Sorry, I'm reading the latest updates.
Because you can't wait. Just can't wait.
No, because oh my god,
Tisk, tisk, tisk.
dude, dude, dude,
What?
dude.
You shouting dude does not explain what's going through your head. It just makes me wonder if you're crazy.
Well, have you read up to the latest?
I have. I did it earlier today. What are you doing at?
The fact that old dead John got up.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
And why didn't you add the update to the website?
To the what now?
I'm sorry, not to the website. To the chat room.
Because you always do that. I was like, obviously you must know about it.
Uh,
It's not my fault you're not keeping up.
let's put up a new word of the day, too. Let's see. Word of the day, word of the day. Oh, the cat is in here. Okay. I thought I heard the cat bitching.
God damn it, kitty. This is my pot pie.
That new episode of South Park was pretty good. With, Sarcastable.
Oh, sorry, say that again?
The new episode of... damn it! The new
I do what I...
The new episode of South Park was pretty good. The one with Sarcastable.
I'll have to go on southpark.com and take a look.
I love how, because that show takes, like, almost no time to actually make, because those are all 3D models, that they can put in such, on the dot cultural references.
Yeah, they're talking about how they can turn around an episode in like 24 hours. I was just like, okay.
Because it's not like I have to do much. Well, I do, it's just not that hard.
Yeah, because they've got the stuff they need already ready to go. They just have to animate.
Yeah, put it in place, tell it to do this. And because they just intentionally make it look, like crappy cutouts, it all works out. Stop yawning!
I'm sorry?
I'm yelling at myself to stop yawning. I'm not even tired. What the hell? Well, that's just creepy.
What, did you see yourself in the mirror again?
No, the mirror's over there. I can't see myself in it.
Oh, okay. So then what's creepy?
It's the dude crying, but he's got anime-style tears.
Oh, God.
So there are just rivers of water flowing from his face.
I'm crying twin waterfalls.
Although when I first saw the smaller image, it looked like his face was melting, so I suppose that's a bit better. Did you watch Power Rangers growing up?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, that gif. Okay, now I know what you're talking about.
Who did you prefer, Kimberly or Catherine?
Kimberly.
Yeah, except for movie Kimberly, because all she did was scream.
But she had a power whip.
Yes, but all she did in that movie was scream Tommy over and over and over and over.
That's because she was in love with Tommy.
That's because, according the movie, was implying that she couldn't do shit herself. That always bugged me.
I miss the talking saber that Tommy had.
I wonder how well the new Power Rangers is doing.
Hopefully, he's not doing gay porn.
Let's see, what is the current one? Is it still Samurai? Yeah, it's still Samurai. Samurai! Man, I had a giant crush on Billy when I was younger.
Well, who doesn't like Billy? He was an interesting character.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I also finished Black Mesa this week. That was an interesting game.
I have not actually gotten around to playing it. I have downloaded it. It's sitting there, but whenever I have time to play something, I always want to play Borderlands. So
Oh, fair enough. I already decided I'm not even gonna buy Borderlands until like December.
probably be cheaper around then.
Well, when I actually have time as well.
That too.
I don't feel like I'm missing much because I don't have anybody to play with anyway. Because everybody else is playing on, I think, PS3 that I know.
Hmm. Stupid people playing on a controller for an art or for first-person shooter.
They filled me so long and hard.
Although I kind of miss the super old days when we'd all get to play together to play Halo.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously, on a controller, Kiki is no good, but we were all having fun killing one another, so it didn't really matter. That and we called it butt sex. So we would tell people that we're getting together for butt sex.
Oh yeah, man. Can't live without my weekly dose of butt sex.
Mm-hmm. I don't even remember the name of the couple whose house we went over to do that. I,
Oh no.
I feel bad. I don't think we even associate with them anymore, so. And I don't know why. Maybe they moved or something.
Stuff will happen from time to time.
Maybe hubby remembers.
I'm trying to think if there's anything really interesting that I've watched this week. I'm supposed to go play tabletop like D&D style game, D20 game on Sunday, but I honestly don't know if I'm even gonna make the drive. I kind of just want to be home and chill out since I had to basically work all day today and I have to work all day tomorrow. I really don't want to spend all day across the city, but we'll see.
I'm probably going to clean the bedroom and then attempt to get hubby to play more Borderlands 2 with me.
Oh, fair enough. I'm gonna probably spend the first. I'm hoping to wake up by 9 o'clock, and I'm gonna spend the first 3 hours basically trying to get one of the major assignments I have due on Monday done. Because the other thing is I have a quiz I have to finish by I think it's midnight Sunday night for Monday. I haven't had a chance to study for it, but I can study for that at work with downtime.
I should probably do my math homework, huh?
Probably,
It's not,
probably.
it's not due for like another 2 weeks now, but.
Mm-hmm.
Yay, math.
Hip hip hooray!
Man, this is gonna be a dull one.
I'm sorry.
Stop saying you're sorry. You're not the only one at fault.
Well, you're not saying sorry, so obviously it must be my fault.
I'm not apologizing. We make no guarantees.
I'm surprised anyone even listens. Although we're not exactly boring. It's just I can't think of anything to talk about because I haven't really been able to finish a lot of stuff. My friends are all ticked off because I'm never around. They call like, "Let's hang out." I'm like, "I'm at work." They're like, "You're always at work." I'm like, "Yes, I work 5 days a week. Give me a break." Sometimes more.
We're starting to pick up quite a few Canadians.
Interesting. Well, I have a link to the site posted in my signature on Hal forums and all the other forums I'm on, so maybe that's having a positive effect.
Maybe. Let's see. Top 10 are the Netherlands, Japan, United Kingdom, Indonesia, Germany, Canada, Portugal, Sweden, the United States, and Russia.
Interesting. Very interesting.
I turned the AC off, and now it's actually kind of warm in here.
It's actually starting to get to the point in my house where it's actually cold at night now. Not cold, but getting cool.
Well, is your weather actually changing to coolness?
Oh yeah, it's 53 degrees out right now.
Yeah, see, it was 95 today, and it's 70. No, not 70. Wow. Stupid brain. 62 right now.
Gotcha.
Because fall is warm here, unless it's raining. And sometimes when it is raining. California. Oh. What?
Hmm?
There's a special weather statement for my area.
This must be the beginning of natural disaster season.
Temperatures will be above normal. You mean this? You mean it's gonna get back up to the hundreds?
Damn right, you're screwed.
Cause yeah, it's the end of September. This is when people start switching into, fall mode. Cause it is.
Yep.
Oh, we might have more fires. Not me, but people around us.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Well, I suppose that just puts off the flooding.
Yay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go turn the AC on.
You might want to go do that. I really just kill for some spare time at this point. Every day it's just go, 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 go.
Well, I made a list of stuff I want to do to the site, but I haven't done any of it yet.
Yep.
Because my life is full of unfinished lists.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still behind on my movie watching, too.
Yeah, I can't keep up with anything. My friends all have stuff they want me to watch, but I'm still trying to catch up to my anime pile. It doesn't help that I keep ordering new stuff, but that's because I'm just like, oh my god, I want to watch that.
Yeah, I still haven't even seen Iron Man 2. So I haven't seen, like, Thor or Captain America or the Avengers. I know what happens in them, but I haven't actually bothered to sit down and watch them.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be nice when, what's that movie called? Wolf Wolf Children comes over here. Because that looks like a good movie.
Oh yeah, is that new one by the same guy that did Summer Wars?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see that movie. I saw the poster for it and it looked really good.
Does it have a, October 17th, 2012. But where is it being released?
Probably San Francisco, New York, Houston. Maybe not.
The film will make its U.S. premiere at the Hawaiian International Film Festival.
Okay.
But did that happen in July or?
Probably July.
I have too many tabs open. I lost the tab. Where'd it go? There it is.
You're crazy, kid. You crazy.
No, the Hawaiian International Film Festival is in October. That's the only U.S. release date for it so far, obviously. But I'm not gonna fly to Hawaii to see it. But it'll get dubbed eventually, and then we'll see it.
This is the end of part 2. Thank you for listening to yet another exciting episode of the Super Happy Fun Gamatron Tea Party with Kiki and Bones. My darling. Sleep. Lullaby. Lullaby. Loving what we keep. Softly in the cradle lie. Sleep. Oh sleep. Softly in the cradle lie. Sleep. my darling. Sleep.
Bones. Bones. Did you fucking fall asleep on me again? Bones. 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 God. Bones. 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 I can kind of hear you breathing. Come on. Bones. Oi! Bones. Bones. Dude. I bored Bones to sleep. Bones. Bonesy onesie. Bones. At least wake up so you can close this program.
Indeed. Hey, I feel like I did pretty good. I mean, it's 2 a.m. I mean, this is the first time I've nodded off the entire night. Considering I woke up at 6 a.m. this morning.
Okay. I'm gonna let you go to bed now.
I appreciate it. I mean, the caffeine only finally wore off after like 3 or 4 hours. Now, as soon as we hang up, I won't be able to fall asleep, of course.
I think I'll leave in the part where I was just yelling at you.
Were you really just yelling at me?
Yes.
Seriously?
Yes.
Oh my god. Well, see, this is what you get for starting recording after midnight my time.
I'm sorry.
Shirk. I get all this kinds of shit for this, but we never bring into context the fact that we don't start recording until after midnight my time.
Well, it's now midnight my time, so I suppose...
Yes, but it's now 2 a.m. my time.
Well, I'm letting you go to bed. Yeah.
Yeah, now I'm angry. Now I'm not going to fall asleep, you jerk.
Good night, Bones.
Yeah, you had a night.